Actually, a curious contrast between the poison in the ground, which we were standing upon at times, and the sheer beauty of the landscape, the mountains, the sheer joy of little country roads. I suppose we have to have nuclear power to make the electricity run and the light bulbs bright and our TVs on, but... and people are very dedicated there, as you have to be. I've never been anywhere which is quite so safety conscious, but I suppose it would be a bit of a shame if they weren't. My next secret station is also in the Lake District, where I'll be enjoying watching other people take exercise.
One at a time, please, one at a time. No rushing.
The Cumbrian coast is a perfect hunting ground for any request stop aficionado wishing to discover some hidden gems. As well as unbridled natural beauty, it has a remote railway line brimming over with request stops, each with their own story. Just 3 stops down the line from the low-level waste repository at Drigg is the request stop at Salecroft. But I've no time for looking out the window.
It's time to get ready for the next part of my adventure. Yes! Oh, I'm ready for it. The mountains, the running, the power, the engine. My body's a temple. Come on!
Salecroft is a charming Cumbrian town, but I'm more interested in what lies just behind it. Formed 460 million years ago, the magnificent peak of Black Combe and its surrounding hills are the real reason I'm here. But am I in peak condition? That's the question I must ask myself, particularly at my time of life.
Faster than a speeding train!
Well, not really. On average, only 30 people a day use this station. But on a Thursday night, it's packed with dedicated fell runners from the Black Combe Club.
Oh, hi, you must be there, the Black Combe runners.
Yes.
Hi, Sonny. So I'm going to be running with you today.
Well, we've got you a nice vest to wear.
A nice vest. Well, that's a start, isn't it? For anything I need to know before I start? Well, how'd you get the vest on this?
Black Combe Runners is a friendly club based in the lakes, the spiritual home of fell running.
Oh, this is the easy bit, isn't it? This is downhill.
And once a week, from spring to autumn, they gather for a gallop around the hills. I'm very happy to join them on this run, particularly as I know a few shortcuts. Now, although I'm fast, I do need constant breaks. There's a legendary race up Black Combe every year. Fell running is a test of endurance, speed, navigational skills, and cunning.
I'm so far ahead of these guys, if I don't stop for a rest every 5 minutes, they haven't got a chance. Do you know what? I might just give them another 5-second start. Right, here we go.
With head down and grim determination, it doesn't take long for me to once again reassert my dominance ahead of the pack.
One at a time, please, one at a time. No rushing. There's plenty of room for everybody. One at a time. I think I'm too kind for this sport.
It's a beautiful evening for running up the hills. The air is warm, but we are in the shade. We are in good company as people pursue a common goal. Nevertheless, it's essential to keep up your liquid intake. But remember, kids, it's neither fun nor clever to drink champagne halfway up a mountain. In all seriousness, you should never attempt any outdoor activity of this nature without a map, a compass, emergency food, and plenty of non-alcoholic liquids. Water is a popular option. Appropriate clothing is essential if you're always waiting for the others.
Right. Shall we make it a best of three?
Cumbria, a truly beautiful part of Britain I've never visited before. But I'm sure I'll return one day in normal clothes. All the special little places that exist on this island of ours that are not in any travel brochures or any blog, and you've probably never heard of them, but they're all out there. You just have to get yourself on a train and aim for one of Britain's request stops.
This is one of the aspects I like about travelling by train, being able to look out and see the countryside. Well, once that big south, there we are. I knew it was behind there somewhere. You get the sense that you're travelling through somewhere to get to somewhere else. On a plane, you're in the clouds, you don't really know where you are until you land at a place that looks similar to the place that you took off from, another airport. But here, each station has its own particular characteristic, is loved. I mean, how many people love airports? They don't really, do they?
And there are more of these request stops than you might think. In all, there are 152 of them spread out across Britain. That's 6% of all our stations. So, how do you go about finding them? Well, if you look at any standard timetable, you'll see that X marks the stop. And X by the time of departure, that means that this station is a request stop. And here I am, stopping trains all over the place. The power is intoxicating. It's a habit I could well get used to. And once you're on the train, it's simply a matter of telling the guard where you'd like the train to stop.
Any request stops?
Yes, need to stop at Luxillian, is that?
Yeah, no worries. We'll be there in around 2 to 3 minutes' time. Okay?
Great, okay.
The rest is up to you. Well, after that masterclass in request stop travel, it's time for my next station. And it's called